Hi ladies, welcome back to Let's Play. This is card 22 in the series. Today's a nice quick and easy one. It's a cute little window looking out onto your garden. If you can have a look, I have used some gauze, some of my inks, and a little flower. I'm going to be recycling a few elements today, so I'm going to show you how. Alright, I hope you like it, and let's play. First thing we're going to do is just use a normal card. Any color will do. If you have a look here, I have kept the number 10 showing out. I just want to keep them so that you can see I am doing cards. First thing we are going to do is I've used dictionary paper. You can use old music paper, any book that you've got. This one I got at the junk store. All right, so I'm going to trace out the shape of the card, just a guesstimate, doesn't have to be exact. I'm now going to haul out one of my old decal scissors. So I'm sure you've all got thousands of these with all the weird edges. This one's just got a little bit of a tatty edge, and I am going to cut it just on the inside of my pencil lines that I have done. Alrighty, so there we go. Reason being is that we want to have a little bit of a tatty edge, and you want to have a border all the way around your card. Alrighty, today I'm just using good old-fashioned Tombow, nothing fancy, and I am going to, if it comes out, I'm going to apply that to the back of my paper. Cool, and then I'm going to apply that to my card. Alright, before it sets, just lift this corner and just tear off that number a little bit so that you have your number sticking through. Alright, colors that I have used, I like my Tim Holtz inks because I have got them. So I've used pink just for the outer edge. I've used blue. We want to do sky and grass. Alright, so if you have a look, it needs to look like the sky and then a little bit of grass. So I've used broken china. And this is just pickled raspberry for a dash of color. I didn't have the right green, so I'm using my Versaclair for my green. I love this. It's a beautiful stamping ink as well. I'm also just going to use Distress ink, my favorite, my ground espresso, and that is just to color my fence. Alrighty, but first thing we're going to do is use the sky and the grass. So just using my blending tools, I'm going to start off with my green. Oops, sorry, I'm shaking here. And I am going to just lightly, on about the bottom fourth of the card, so the bottom quarter, we are just going to do our green there. All right, we're then going to move on to our blue. I'm going to go lightly in the middle, not too dark, and then I want to go much, much darker along the top edge of the card. Alrighty. So just giving it an edge like that. All right, so you can see how cute the colors are. Make it a little bit darker if you want to. And then last, what I'm going to do, this we're going to touch up again later, is just with my pink. I am just going around the outer edge with a dash of pink, just so that it's not quite so dark. Alrighty, so card goes that way around. There we go. Perfect, that is your inking done, quick and simple. All right, now first thing, what I want you to do, we are going to recycle some cardboard and we're going to recycle frames. When you buy your chipboard, a lot of them are into these frames already and we always throw them away. Keep these, they make awesome frames and you can use them for projects later on. So what I'm going to do is I'm using mine for my window frame. If you have a look, I've got the crisscross. So I'm just going to measure and I will put that over the top like so. So that will be the top of my one going top to bottom. And this will be the ones going left to right. So just cutting that out. Okay, there is my cross. And this is my cross of my window. Alrighty, done, sorted. So we are halfway there. All right, next thing we're going to do is I have just used a normal piece of rubbish cardstock that I had, and I cut out this little picket fence. Alrighty, so you are going to take your card. If you have got, don't stress if you don't want to cut all this out. You also, if you have got a die maybe that you can use, this is a die. You also buy chipboard that is already a little picket fence, which is quite cute. You could use that too. All right, but for this one, I just want to show you if you don't have any of those and you want to make your own. So we just measure our card, draw your bottom line, okay, and more or less measure how far you want it to go. So these are about 1/2 centimeter pieces. All right, so you are just going to give gaps all the way along and until you get to the end of your card. Remember, it is a small card, so don't go too big. Okay, so something like that. You are then going to make every second one is obviously going to be the top of your picket fence. So you can draw a little arrow line going like so. Then it has got a picket bar going across the top and going across the bottom. So there you can draw a little line there, and about halfway, almost near the bottom, you can draw another line. Let's use that one over there. Okay, and then that will be the bottom of the card, just a little bit smaller. So it's going to look roughly something like that. You then can take your scissor and you're going to cut around all of these and cut out the middle pieces. That will then give you your little picket fence. You can see it's rustic. It comes out quite cute though. All right, once that is done, you are then going to ink it. As I said, I use my ground espresso. So you are going to take that and you are going to ink it. I'm just going to use the one that I die cut now, just for ease of time, so that you don't have to watch me cut out for the next 2 hours. Okay, so there we go. Don't roll it or blend it because you are going to tear it. It's quite delicate. Okie dokes. There we go. That is now done. So, remembering grass is obviously at the bottom. You are going to adhere, firstly, your picket fence. And also, again, go a little bit closer to the bottom, even if it overlaps your number a little bit. Okay, there is your picket fence. You are then going to take your brown. I'm just going to neaten this off a little bit where my pieces were attached. And again, with my espresso, I am just going to do outlines. And again with Tombow, I'm going down the center of the card. Alrighty, so you can see there, that's more or less the middle. And then the smaller one, also just neaten off the edges and find the side you want to use. And this one you can either just stick it flat across, or you can cut piece by piece. Okay, for this I'm just going to go flat across. The Tombow will hold it. And there we go. So just squash it down. Make sure it stays put. Alrighty, there is your little window and your picket fence in the background with the clouds above. Next thing you're going to do is, I have used red tape for this. I found it does stick a bit better. Alright, so your high-tack tape, adhere that along the top edge. And then as soon as you have adhered that, you can just remove the liner. It's not the easiest liner to remove. Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay, you are then going to use this. This is just medical gauze. So the stuff you use around the house. And you're going to open up a piece. So as neatly as you can. Open it up. And then these are the 5 centimeter ones that I have used. And I'm going to just squash it along the top, just a little bit, so that my curtain, this is now going to become my curtain, has got a little bit of fluff to it. All right, so there we go. It's going to look like so. And there is my little curtain on my card. I'm going to just pull that straight, and here, just cut off all this excess. Okay, fantastic. There we go. All right. And then secondly, we're going to just do another quick piece of red tape down the left-hand edge. This is just going to hold all your stuff in place for you. Come on, there we go. All right. So pull that off and then just neatly just attach that. And now your curtain, remember, it needs to be zhuzhed like any good curtain. And you are going to pull it in and let it drop. All right, so there is your little curtain effect. All right, so it looks like your curtain has been opened and then it is dropped to the side. All right, if that doesn't hold too well, then just put another piece of red tape on top of it to hold it. I am then literally just going to take a flower. I went through my stash and I found a cute little flower. And using my Tombow, again, this will also help hold the mesh in place. I am going to just stick that onto my card. Alrighty. Along the top, I have just put a piece of ribbon just to neaten off the top edge. You can use whatever you want. I just wanted to show you a quick trick. So, piece of ribbon, we are going to find the two ends, and then what you're going to do is just tie a knot in your ribbon. So nice and neat. Pull it nice and tight. Okay. Neaten off your edges of your ribbon. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this. I want it about there. Voila. Now you have a beautiful piece of ribbon with a perfectly tied knot in it. Again, I'm going to use my red tape because remember, red tape sticks your ribbon much better than anything else you're going to use. And I am just removing the red liner. Okay, just push that back on top of itself. And I am going to put my ribbon on top of the card. Alrighty, nice and neat. Sorry, everything is sticking here. And you can just trim off the edges. Last, I just want to quickly just go over it again with my pink, just to highlight the edges a bit. Okie dokes, there we go. And the very, very last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my stash of words. So I keep all my leftovers from all my kits in little bags. This is my quotes one. And I have found a quote that just says happy. Nice and easy one. And I am going to, use my Tombow again. And I'm going to stick that along the bottom edge. So it just goes over my window frame. And there we go. I have got two cute little window frame cards. I hope you girls enjoyed it this week. It really is quick and easy. It's just a nice way to use up your leftover stash. Please remember, do not post your finished cards under this video. Post it under the card 22 post on Scrap and Sell across South Africa. And yes, please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I would love to have you subscribe there. And enjoy. Thank you, girls. Bye.